Welcome to everyone. This is our first meeting of the 22-23 year for the Women's Caucus. I'm Nan Gomez Heitzberg, and I am one of the co-chairs for the Women's Caucus. My partner in crime is Erica Androgenis, who is president of Pasadena City College. So this particular meeting, I just wanted to remind, I see we have some new members present, and I just wanted to remind everybody, in addition to our new members, what we're committed to, and that is to recognizing women's contributions in the community college, supporting leadership development, advancing career opportunities and pay equity, and expanding the pipeline for tomorrow's leaders. And our membership is open to anyone and everyone who has an interest in community colleges and an interest in supporting women. This meeting is a particularly short meeting this time. Our programmatic meetings usually start in January and continue throughout the spring. Generally, our meetings are scheduled around the CCLC, Community College League of California meetings, which means we have a November meeting, a January meeting, a May meeting, and then our webinars and programmatic meetings are scheduled after that. And please join, you notice in the chat, please look at our webpage. We keep that up to date, and we encourage you to encourage other women that you know to participate in the caucus. We just were formed 2 years ago, and I think we just had a dynamite series of programs and have been very effective in welcoming women and supporting women in community colleges. So this is one of our business meetings, and so we will have a report on our both our membership and treasury. And I was just checking to see if our secretary was here. Whoops, excuse me. Secretary was here. Anne, would you please give us a report on our membership?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. I have my volume turned way down. I'm afraid I don't have the actual membership number right now. I think we're at about 350. Am I right?
Sounds about right.
Thereabouts.
Nan, you're muted.
I'm receiving a phone call at the same time that I'm trying to do this.
I'll jump in real quick. I have received about 115 renewals for this year.
Oh, great. That's awesome.
Okay, perfect. Okay. As Nan said, we are open to anyone who would like to join us and is in alignment with our mission. You just go online and all of the membership information is right there, and you can use that to join, and we'd love to have you with us.
And then our treasurer, Sally Biggins, is traveling today, so we aren't able to see her directly, but we have about $19,000 in our account. And for those of you I mentioned who are new, we use that account for our programs and our when we're able to meet in person. So moving right along, the primary purpose of our meeting today is to vote for our officers. And our bylaws state that half of the officers will be elected every year. Erica and I have been pleased to be part of the Founding Mothers, a circle of Founding Mothers, but we will be stepping aside. And so our slate was developed by a nominating committee, and that consisted of Kathleen Burke and Adrian Gray and myself. So the nominating, our current officers are, I should state it that way, Erica Androjanis and myself, Nan Gomez Heitzberg, our vice chair, Sonia Christian, secretary Ann Bisrell, treasurer Sally Biggin, and then we have two members at large, Martha Garcia and trustee Andra Hoffman. So half of the officers are elected each year. Ann and Sally get to continue as secretary and treasurer. And today we're voting this on a slate for co-chairs and vice chair. So the executive board has reviewed the slate and now it's up for a vote by our general membership. So Maria, would you explain the voting process?
And I'm stepping into Shannon, stepping in for
Okay.
Maria. She had to take care of some things. So I will launch a poll and everybody will get a chance to vote yes or no, whether or not you are accepting the nominated slate of officers. And let me pull that up. Just give me 1 second, please. I'm going to show the slate that we are proposing and launching the poll.
And our poll is for co-chairs Andra Hoffman, Sonia Christian, and vice chair Sharoni Little.
And I'd like to give a campaign speech for everybody here. Definitely, yes. Vote for them.
I don't know if I'll hire you for my campaign manager next time I run.
Yeah,
But, you
exactly.
So while that's being tallied, that'll show us if we have any opposed. Did we have any abstentions? I probably should have asked, do we have any nominations from the floor?
So we currently are at 16 votes and we have 22 participants, and I'm not able to vote as the person who created the poll. So
Okay. So that 16 in favor,
17 now.
17
17 in favor, 0 opposed.
Right. And I'm going to have to take a phone call. Erica, could you take over at this point?
Sure. Okay, well, that sounds like the slate has been elected, and I want to say thank you to Andra, Sonia, and Sharoni for being interested and willing and able to serve. It's awesome. It's been a great 2 years, and it's really cool to get to hand the baton over. It is a really great caucus to be a part of because we've done a lot of interesting things, and I think, you know, with new leadership coming in, it just gives us an opportunity to go in as many new directions as possible. So very excited and very appreciative of folks stepping up. And would any of the lucky winners like to say anything? Sonia?
Yeah, I'm happy to jump in, Erica. No, it's been a fun ride these last 2 years. And for those of you sort of tuning in a new way, this whole idea of bringing together women and elevating, you know, the voices of women, it all happened because of Linda Waugh and Daisy Gonzalez. And Erica and Nan were phenomenal, you know, starting the whole group as the co-chairs, and honestly, you know, creating this new group. And we've had great programming and a great policy committee. I know the last issue we tackled was related to student parents, and did a lot of good work related to that. And, you know, happy Sharoni, welcome. I've been watching your work and happy that you said yes to Nan. And Andra is the incoming chair of CCCT. And initially she was having, you know, do I have the bandwidth to do this? And the reality is there are going to be, agenda items that, given Andra's new role, that she could help us. There's going to be a lot of intersection between the work that the Women's Caucus is doing. So she's been trying to get on this meeting and having some technical difficulties. So happy that Andra is going to be sort of a partner in this adventure, and also welcoming you, Sharoni, to the new team. Erica, I would also like to mention the two members at large that Nan was able to recruit, and that's Rowena and Diana. And I think it's going to be a great team with Anne and Sally continuing to be officers on the board. So with that, Erica, I'll turn it back to you.
Well, thank you. I think this was our primary business today. Do we have the agenda for today's meeting up? Because I do not have it in front of me.
Well, I think we've covered everything on the agenda.
I thought so, yes. I didn't think we had much more to the agenda. I would like to just comment that we had a really great presentation at CCLC last week. I have 4 amazing colleagues, Rowena, Tamil, Denise, and Diana Rodriguez. Our panel of I Am Every Woman, leadership experience of women in the California Community College system. We had a lot of, the room was packed, and we had dancing, and we had some really great energy, not just from the panel, but also we did it as a fishbowl exercise. And yeah, there's Rowena, that big heart there. She was fabulous. It was fun. It was so fun to be engaged with other women. And we had 1 male. We did have a Y chromosome in the room. It was awesome. Rowena, do you want to say anything about it? Oh, I'm sorry, Sharoni.
No, I wanted to say congratulations on all of the great panels. And I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to serve. And again, following Nan's leadership and request, who can say no to her example, but also just really appreciative of the platform and mission of the Women's Caucus, and finding voice and agency and strategic leadership is something always been very important to me. So thank you so much.
Awesome.
Look forward to participating.
And let me just add that the CCLC new report on CEO leadership and tenure has just come out. So I encourage you to look at that report on the CCLC webpage. We did have an increase in the number of women in CEO roles across the state. That's a big plus. We still are not at parity. And I think one of the interesting findings from that report is that CEOs of color and women report that they did not receive the same level of respect that they saw men in those roles receive. So I see some of you smiling and some of you nodding and some of you going, well, tell us what we don't know. But that, I think that does show the work that we have to do. Both in giving voice to our needs and interests, but also in supporting all of the women who have stepped up into leadership roles, so that they can know that support is there and develop whatever skill sets they need, because we recognize that it's not an easy place to be. Any comments from our membership at large? I see some new faces. I'm an old face, so.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to follow up on both what Erica shared with the panel that we had, and I think it relates to Nan's comments as well, is that the panel just shows a need for more opportunities for women to, get together and really share the experiences that they're currently having and continuing to experience, and to provide not only the peer support for each other, but just additional strategies to move forward, on how we can keep making changes for gender equity.
Any other comments at this point?
I just put in the chat that great report that was shared at the CCCT CEO joint board meeting that took place during the conference called Whiteness Rules. And it talks about the recruitment process and hiring process and how basically white males are still the standard for leadership in colleges generally. So we have work to do, and there's an intersection between racial equity and gender equity that we need to work on highlighting.
Thank you. Well, we have, please talk to your colleagues and friends, and you can contact any of us. Even though Erica and I are stepping away from a leadership role, we're not stepping away.
That's
because
right.
we have to keep this circle strong for each other. And go ahead.
And I just want to say that a lot of people may not realize that their membership, it gets renewed every year. So that's why it's a good thing to just mention this to folks, because, as we know, during COVID, time sort of stood still and was, and I think some people actually want to be involved. It may have fallen off their radar. So if you talk to somebody and they say, oh, I didn't even know you all were having a caucus meeting, it's probably because they're not an official member yet. And we just need to get people in, and I will, as I have done in the past, continue to beat my presidential colleagues over the head and say, you need to pay for this. Like, this should not be individual people paying. The institution should be paying that membership.
Anything for the good of the order, Andra?
Yeah, first of all, I want to apologize for being late. I was frantically searching for my Zoom link, which was buried somewhere. So thank you, Nan, for resending that. But I do think we need to reach out to folks who were in the caucus, because I don't think everyone got notice about this meeting. And so I will do my part, and I'll work with, I guess, Shannon to try to reconstitute the list and remind people to renew their membership. So thank you. Thank you all for being here today. And
congratulations.
Officers, yeah.
Yes. And congratulations. I see some folks today who are new in their leadership roles, and congratulations on being appointed a CEO or a trustee. And we wish you well, and we will continue on.
You see Bridget Cook has her hand up. You may not be, it's kind of hard to see.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Bridget.
Yes.
Good afternoon, ladies. And my name is Bridget Cook, and I am the general counsel at Antelope Valley College. And I feel honored and privileged to be amongst women here who are looking to make a difference and being a part of change and having opportunities for other women. I want to thank my president, Jennifer Zealot, who's also on the call, who invited me to join the organization. And I wasn't aware that something like this exists. I've been at Antelope Valley College for 3 years after spending 25 years in a high school district. And so I'm excited to be a part of this organization, to learn from all of you about higher ed, because it's even though a lot is the same, but there are a lot of things that are different. And so my learning curve over the last 3 years, getting through 5 years of COVID during those 3 years, has been a bit of a challenge, because our focus was something other than running the organization. So I'm excited to be a part of this. I hate that I didn't manage my calendar better last week to get to meet some of you in person last week at CCLC, but I look forward to getting to know you in the future.
Welcome, Bridget.
Thank you.
Welcome. Anything else for the good of the order? And I can't see everything, so help me out if I need to call on somebody. So thank you. I see Geeta put something in the chat. We look forward to our next meeting in January and our program for the next year starting. I don't know if anyone has shared with you, but Sonia, while I was on that call, did you talk about our speaker, Grit and Grace?
I actually did not cover our, details of our programming, but I did say a huge thank you to Linda Waugh and Daisy and to both Nan, you and Erica for really creating this group and for all of the efforts, and about the programming committee. Generally, we've had a lot of excellent. In fact, Tammy was the one that brought Lily Ledbetter to the Women's Caucus. And I think we had a spike in our membership because of her, the program that had her as the speaker and, showcasing her book. So no, I did not mention that. Thank you, Tammy.
So we're always welcome great ideas, and we want to serve our membership, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this caucus grows and the influence it has in making decisions about community colleges. So for now, signing off. Thank you all for attending.
Happy holidays all. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Happy
you.
holidays.
Bye.
Have a safe Thanksgiving.
And Ann, Sarah One put in there that is the schedule out for meeting schedule out for 22-23. So it might be a good idea to like put a, quarterly schedule out. I mean, some of the things will be events and maybe get more stuff, but for meetings like this, they're easily drop through the cracks.
So what did
Well,
I
I
miss?
think that for January and May,
Don't go yet.
we can give a range, or if we're going to continue with Zoom, we can just choose a date. If we want to do something in person, then we're kind of tied to whenever
I know.
CCLC puts
Yeah.
something out.
I see what you
Honestly,
mean. So
yeah.
ideally, you'd want to have them in person at the conferences.
I would like to.
Yeah.
Maybe January we do an in-person, and whoever can make it can make it. And then in April and May,
Even if you put out a schedule that said the next meeting dates, January during the conference, this window, May during the conference, this window, so people know that they ought to go to the conference if they want to be,
Right.
yeah,
And it's in Sacramento, so it's about halfway.
yeah.
Sacramento all the time in January.
I mean, I think we had a really good first year, because literally we signed up anyone and everyone, literally.
Right.
I had all the custodians from LACCD. And I think that first year was a big fun thing. But I think as we do our work and move forward, we really should run it more like the other caucuses that are a lot, not to say a lot smaller, but more focused, I guess, maybe. And because I think that we'll get more out of it that way, right?
Although if there's a marquee speaker like Lily Led,
yeah, then we could open it up and do it on Zoom. But I'm just saying, it would really be nice to get to know some of these women, because we didn't get to know that just from this small group. It looked like, wow, this is good. So did we have an officer election?
Yes, we did. You're elected.
Who else is on there?
Well, you and Sonia as co-chairs, and Sharoni Little, Sharoni from the DEI town halls.
Yeah, I had a nice conversation with her in San Francisco. I like her. Okay.
Oh, she is. I just don't have enough nice things to say about Sharoni. And she won her election, by the way, her trustee election, which is a good thing.
Good. Yeah.
And then the two, Adrian and Kathleen, when we met, Adrian and Kathleen mentioned that Rowena and Diana Rodriguez would be good members at large. And
good.
I was going to hit up Adrian tomorrow, but I'll hit her up today so she can avoid me tomorrow if she wants to. But I think Adrian would be great on our programming committee
Or policy, someone needs to take
or
policy.
policy.
Can
Oh,
someone take
yeah.
policy off my hands?
I signed up for a committee back when, but then my email got disconnected.
Okay, so either, I mean, Adrian would be amazing in programming. But we
Or
need,
policy.
I need to find someone to do policy because I absolutely don't have the time to do policy anymore. So,
Well, let's, since we're the three that are on the call right moment, besides Shannon, let's put our heads together, because I think just moving from the work that we did last year on student parents, and we need to have just a group that's watching out for policy or seeing how we can influence policy on that. But then there's the rest of the world and the things that impact women.
Is there a
on
government
college campuses.
Yeah, is there a government relations director or communications director that's part of our caucus that could be the policy chair? Wouldn't that be good?
We should
Yeah.
Huh?
We should have Nuna as part of our,
We
right?
should, but that would be a lot of work for her probably.
because she's, especially during the conferences.
Yeah.
Well, Maria Veloz was a member, has been a member before, but did not come through as a member this time.
No. and
She was
plus-
an individual member.
Yeah, Maria wasn't a very active member. She's with LICCD. I would
Right.
rather it be somebody who's like more like on a college campus, maybe, who really understands, I don't know, just
A
a
PIO or something?
huh?
A PIO type person?
Yeah, or a PIO type would be good on policy. I don't know, or a president, a
Well,
college,
let's put,
college president.
why don't we put out a call to the new executive members
Okay.
of the board, and for policy is really important. I mean, if we're going to have influence, policy is really important.
I mean, unless we
And
just
then-
programming, but policy is important. Like, look at the work that the Latino caucus does,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
Or do we have why don't you put that general counsel lady on policy?
Oh, good
Like you said, I'm
idea.
the general counsel for,
Yes, actually, that's a great idea. Her name was Bridget, right?
yeah, and a president, like maybe in a college president. How's are you and Sahar still have a love affair, Adrian?
You're doing great.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I saw her and I was like, I hear you're doing really well. She said, yeah, I'm so happy. Good. I'm glad. Good.
Well, and I just got a email that I'm 1,000 votes up now, so I think
now we can relax. Now we can relax.
Correct.
Does Erica have
Thank-
COVID? She doesn't sound good.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, her voice was very.
She didn't sound her energetic
Yeah.
self. Yeah.
There's a
so-
lot of flu going around right now too.
Yeah.
And RSV, whatever the heck that is, that a new invented disease that all the kids are getting.
All the babies are getting RSV.
Sure, it was there before, but I haven't had little kids for a long time, so.
Yeah.
Well, and Maria, she had both of her kids were sick, so.
Oh.
And they've all four of them had COVID
Oh,
in
wow.
this last 6 months. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, she's been pretty sidetracked with life. But Erica, to your point, I was looking at the list, and even though we sent out to everybody, oh, you need to renew your membership, I think it was so general, it just got lost in everybody's mail. And I sent out 7 last night. I'm glad to take, a section of the membership list and send out individual emails, because everybody but one responded.
I mean, maybe we should look at the membership list. I wish we had like names and titles, because
I can send it to you. It
Okay.
has names and titles.
then we can kind of, not like I want to hand pick, but we don't have to waste our time on people that I know wouldn't, there's a lot of people that probably just wouldn't. They were only joined because someone paid for them to join, and they didn't really get a lot out of the caucus. Okay. And I need to
I'll
get.
send that to you, and I'll send it to you and Sonia,
Okay.
and then we can go from there. And
How are you sending out your emails? Like, do you have an email server or what? Or it's just
Well, it's-
regular your personal?
Shannon,
For sorry, for like meeting, like this type of the meeting events, I have a constant contact with everybody in it, but then for all of like the e-board things, I don't know who handles all of that.
Because I
we
was
do.
just thinking, in constant contact, you can put a little bit more bling into the emails for things like membership renewal time. You know, it could be, you know, with some
Mhm.
lively graphics in the beginning might get people's attention.
Well, I did notice that at the Latino Caucus, they said, since it's, what are we, into the year, July, August, September, October, November, we're 5 months into the year. They said, anybody that joins now, we're going to carry them through till the next year. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about that, but that I know that some
I like
people
that
said,
idea.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
why not do
That would
that?
be a great idea, because I get my reminder in my head to re-up my memberships in all these caucuses from this meeting in November. So I
Yeah.
keep doing it that way.
Yeah, I think that might be helpful. So I think the next meeting for the board is like, oh, Thursday. Oh, that's the 1st of December.
Wait, we have a December 1st, we have a meeting?
Well, the board meets
Oh,
the
on that
first Thursday of
morning
every
at 8
month.
o'clock. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But maybe bringing that up about carrying on the membership
Yeah,
might
Okay.
be a way to go.
yeah, I'll get with Sonia.
Yay.
Okay, and if you decide
Look at
to do
that.
that, just let me
Look
know
at
so I'll
your
keep
look.
that in my notes.
Okay,
All righty. And I'll send you the list, Andra.
thank you.
Okay?
Yep, sounds
And I'll
good.
meet with Adrian tomorrow on a totally different thing.
Oh, fun. And congratulations, Nan.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
Good
Thank
to
you.
be up 1,000 votes. Yay.
Woohoo.
Okay,
All right. See ya.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
bye Shannon, thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.